Okay folks, today we have an MTD 21-inch push mower. This one has sat for a couple years unused and needs a couple things to bring it back to life. Let's get started. We want to make sure the engine runs first. Alright, so what do we got here? Probably one of the cheapest MTD lawnmowers ever built. Let's see if it starts. Has some gas. Has oil. Oil's low, but should be all right. And probably a good idea to check the blade. That's on there, good. Wow, that was on there, good. Air filter side up. I think we're looking all right. Nothing's loose. Needs to be cleaned, of course. Leaking some gas out of the carburetor when it's flipped. That's normal. Give it a few primes. Let's see what we got. Spins over pretty freely. Oh my. Let's see what this does. Okay. My guess would be a carburetor issue. Guessing this is going to be a 10. Setup probably similar to a Honda carburetor. Got some gas leaking. Not a huge deal. Okay, got a, looks like a spacer here. Oh, forgot one. Got to disconnect the primer line here. Looks like it doesn't want to go anywhere. There we are. This can just be set aside. We lost a spacer here. Yeah, this one's set up like a Honda carburetor wise. So there's, looks like one throttle linkage and one spring. We're gonna wanna make sure we put that back in the right spot. You can take a picture of it if you like.
Good idea.
Before you disassemble it. Let's go clean this out. Okay, so took the bowl off. Bowl was clean. And then I used a narrow Phillips screwdriver
to
take
flathead,
the
dummy.
main jet out. The main jet was clogged. So I unclogged it with a piece of wire, sprayed it with some carb cleaner, and now we have taken out the air fuel mixture jet, and that also needs to be free and clear. So we have an even smaller wire here. Try to free that up. That one was clogged as well. Shouldn't be that hard to get a small gauge wire through that. That would cause it to, if it even did run, not to run well. So these are the two things you're looking for mainly on these carburetors here. So let's give it a quick shot of carb cleaner and put everything back together. Oh, failed to mention, I also hit all of the jet holes with carb cleaner for safekeeping. Safekeeping? I don't know. All right, so we are just gonna get this back in. Don't need to over tighten that. And now we are going to just put back in the air fuel jet like so. And my camera cut, but this screw is for the throttle. And it's important to get it back to the right position it came. Two different things you can do is you can screw it all the way in and measure the amount of turns, so you can reverse that order. Or with this, you can see the difference. Maybe you can't see that. You can see the difference of how far it was threaded in based on the color. So let's just put it back in based on the color of the threads there. The color change of the threads. It's a little bit lighter and dusty, and you can tell how far it was turned out beforehand. All right, so that's about where we were before. Looking clean to me. Let's just put this back together. Once again, this is a 10mm. Most of this hardware on this mower is metric. It's made in China. This looks like a knockoff Honda carburetor, to be fair. So you're going to be using metric stuff on all of this. So let's go ahead and put this back on. All right, so here we are. It's important to make sure this gasket goes on the right way, because there's a right way and the wrong way. This looks... Okay, notice how the throttle linkage is behind the metal plate in the background there. To be the right way, so it does... We do need to put it back in the order we took it out from. So the last thing was this throttle cable, throttle linkage, and then the spring. It's easier to do this with a needle nose, but got it anyways. And this will go on like so. Put the fuel line back on. And next we have the prime line. It's hard to see, but the primer line is right here, and that goes on to that fitting there. All right, so that goes in like so. Once again, we lost that spacer. All right, so I'd recommend to not do this with an impact unless you know your impact very well. I'd recommend to do it with a ratchet, hand tight. Doesn't need to get crazy. All right, let's give this another shot. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm liking that already. Pull back the handle. Well, a little bit better, right? And with some carb spray. And there's the throttle linkage fail, folks. So basically I have to take the carburetor off again and make sure that throttle linkage is under that base plate and moves freely. So that was my issue before. Okay, I'm not going to bore you here. We just have to get the linkage in the right spot. So I will jump to starting up the machine after the linkage is in the correct spot. And from there, we have a couple other things to do with the mower before we sell it. So follow with me and we'll get this done shortly. Put some more fuel in it, fresh fuel. I'm gonna tie the handlebar so I can continue priming it if it dies. Sounds like she's running good to me. Okay, let's clean out this air filter the best way I know how. Oil change time. Get that spark plug wire off. But it's pretty hot in here, so better be careful. We're good. That was a fail. Oil spill and a gas spill. All right, we're good with the fuel cap. Not a good design. It's not going to cut good with all this grass buildup in here. Look at this. Sometimes I don't know what people are thinking. This grass buildup, it holds on the moisture and it starts rotting the deck from the inside. You can see the rust in here. It's also an excellent opportunity to take the blade off here and get it sharpened. This blade wasn't too bad at all. I ended up cutting with it first and then sharpening it at a later time. Biggest mess ever. I'm willing to bet that this thing has never had synthetic oil in it, ever. Just a bet. Gotta be careful with these. Can barely put any in there, and it wants to overfill the spout before it actually goes in. No, it doesn't take much at all. We'll see where we're at first. This style of Chinese engine, you don't thread in the dipstick while checking oil. You place it in without threading it, check it, add more if needed. We need a little more. See, like I said, it'll overfill. You're not careful. Still nothing. Need more. It's taking way more oil than I thought. Oh, I see the oil drain plug right here. Where the hell is the oil gonna go, right? I don't know which one was better, my way or that way. I'm wondering why I'm sweating. It's 95 degrees out, and I have no garage fan. And yeah, I don't like wearing gloves. All right, we're looking good now. It's best to run it and check again. And the finishing touch. Cleaned up and ready for sale. I do recommend using the mower before you pass it down to another person. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment box. Thanks for watching.